These last two games have sucked. Do you have anything positive to go on? It's Ringo Starr's birthday. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros. I'm here to talk about Game 89 of the regular season. The Astros get absolutely destroyed because of one singular inning, 10-1, but 9 runs came in the fourth inning for the Seattle Mariners. Let's do... Okay, now... This isn't a big mad video, because it's just not worth it right now. The team, as it stands, is not worth being violently angry over. I will say it is incredibly annoying that for like the third or fourth straight time, despite the fact that with Diaz catching him, Hunter Brown has an ERA at like 2.6 and with Maldonado is now well over 5. Despite that fact, they still continue to trot Martin Maldonado out to catch Hunter Brown, which is very annoying, but we've had that discussion 1,000 times. Everything I can say right now, we've had the discussion many times. The offense wasn't good tonight. They're super injury riddled. People might say that's a cheap excuse. All right. They're just bad right now. There's people will tell you that, oh, you can't use that as an excuse. That's cheap. You're missing your two best hitters. You're missing maybe the third, debatably the second best hitter on the planet right now, and Jose Altuve, who you can debate probably into the top 20. Missing both of them. Not only that, you're missing Altuve as a massive leader guy. I don't think saying injuries are a cheap excuse. I think it's a cheap excuse to say, oh, the injuries are the reason that they're going to miss the playoffs, or blah, 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 whatever you want to say in that respect. But the reason the offense right now ain't performing, I think that's valid. I'm sorry. Maybe I have a loser's mindset. I think that's a valid reason to point to. It's that. Notice that when Altuve's in the lineup, everyone else does well, because that presence is very helpful to have. Hunter Brown imploded. Again, Martin Maldonado caught him. So I'm not going to say I was totally surprised. That's kind of how it goes. His ERA is now over 4 for a person that I think a lot of people had relatively high expectations coming into the season with. I think some of that was unfair because his mechanics looking very similar to Verlander. Everyone thought, oh, we're going to get Justin Verlander again. Which, yeah, I think everyone bought into it, myself included to an extent. I thought his ERA would be around 3.6 to 3.7. It's over 4 if you have Diaz go with him every night, which I think should be the move. You know, there's that. Maldonado had another rough game. 0 for 3. His OPS is at 523. I said it to an extent yesterday. I think right now the rotation should go Framber Valdez, JP France, Hunter Brown, Christian Javier, and Brandon Bielak. For the reason that it would be Maldi, Diaz, Diaz, Maldi, Diaz. You've got to have Yainer Diaz as your primary catcher right now. There is no excuse to make other than that. I'm sorry, this debate has to be dead and buried. It's done. I like Martin Maldonado a lot. I understand that he loves Houston. I understand that he loves the Astros. I love Martin Maldonado. I'm sorry. 523 OPS plus is not going to cut it. His defense has gone down significantly, which was the one thing that you could kind of hang your hat on, was that his defense was technically a little bit above average. It's gone. You have got to use Diaz. You've been gifted a catcher who can hit really, really well. Gifted as a throw-in to a low-stakes deal that paid off pretty well because Maton, despite absolutely blowing chunks tonight for the Astros, has been unbelievable as a pitcher for them. Right? You got Maton and Diaz as a throw-in to that deal for Miles Straw, which was just surplus outfield that you did not need at the time, and now, again, still don't really need because you have everyone else. You've been gifted that and you refuse to use them. And it sounds mean. My catchers right now would be Diaz, Lee, and Maldi. I am sorry. You can't debate Maldonado for me. I'm not, and by the way, I'm not solely saying that, oh, this game is on Martin Maldonado. I'm not dumb. I'm not that dumb. Obviously, this is on the offense as a whole not performing, and Brown and Maton both just absolutely biting it tonight. They weren't good. Stanek was fine. He did give up a lot of base traffic, Picked up a pair of strikeouts. Seth Martinez had a 1-2-3 inning. That was slick. Nearest had a pair of strikeouts. Madris is not a pitcher, so, you know. Yeah, he gave up the home run. He is not a pitcher. For a moment, I was like, who's this Madris? Oh, that was a fun moment. It's a bummer that you lose 2 games, especially when last night the Rangers lost. They won tonight, so they extend their lead back to 3. Could have had the lead down to 1, but you lose back-to-back games, scoring 1 run. 1 run per game is not going to cut it against any team. I know the Mariners are below average this season. They are underperforming what a lot of people thought they were going to be. It still is not going to cut it. So the Astros can try to rebound tomorrow and try to hopefully force what can then be maybe a split on Sunday. 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. The Astros send Framber Valdez to the mound, so he's back, thankfully. I had my doubts, but hey, that's nice. And the Mariners are going to send Brandon Wu to the mound. That is a very fun name, by the way. But that's all I have to say for the night. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.